Okay, today we are going to make an apple crostata. For those who don't know what a crostata is, first we need to make the dough for the crostata. I'm putting in some flour, and there's very few ingredients here that you need. Next, I'm putting in some sugar. Then we'll need some salt, some butter. I usually cut up the butter into slices and then into chunks. Can't talk today. And then I'll put that into the bowl there. I'll link the description, the recipe down in the description for you. And I have some cold water. So I need a tablespoon or two of cold water. I'll start with 1 tablespoon. And then I get my pastry blender and I'll blend that up. You're supposed to blend it up till it's pea size, and then you form a ball. And this is going to be chilling while I make my dinner. Now, it's all together there. We put it in a plastic Ziploc bag, and I am going to turn this dough into a crostata. So stay tuned if you like apple pie, apple turnovers, that kind of stuff. Let's chill the crostata dough, and then we'll go on with the next ingredient.
A few moments later.
Now I'm ready to form the pastry dough. So I flour my surface, get my rolling pin out, and start the process of rolling out the dough. You have to make this into a disc. You want it into a circle to form the crostata crust. It's sort of like a pie crust. You just roll it out like a pie crust. So you want to roll it out into a disc. It's not going to be perfect, as this is a rustic dish. And so it's okay if it's not perfect. So as you can see here, I'm trying to roll it out as best I can into a circle so that we could fill the center. I'm going to put it on my cookie sheet here, and then after I put the crust on the cookie sheet, the dough, it's not a crust yet, we are going to put the apples in the center of this dough. So it's like a crust. So you put the apples into the center. This is Ina Gartner's recipe, and she explains it to a T how to make this recipe. So I'm going to link hers down below, and now we're going to get the apples to put in the center. Now we're on to the apples. We slice the apples up in chunks, and that is going to go into the center of the dough there. As you can see, I have the apples arranged in the center. First, I'm going to get some flour. Get some sugar. Also, put it in the bowl. Next, we're getting some salt. We need a tiny bit of salt for this. And I'm going to measure it out so I don't overdo the salt. And put a little of the salt in. Then we're going to put cinnamon. I put a lot because I like a lot, but you can put as much or as little as you like. This darn top just will not come off. It is just stubborn. It's a new bottle here, trying to get off that paper. Seems like it's childproof, but you know how it goes. Anyway, we're gonna put in some cinnamon. And like I said, as much or as little as you like. And then we're going to mix that all together with the flour and the sugar. We're going to add some butter to that. And we're going to break it up into pieces like you see me doing here. And we're going to use the pastry blender again to break it up even further. So we can just put this mixture over the apples. And it'll meld together with the apples as it is cooking in the oven. So I have my cookie sheet here with the apples. I'm just putting the mixture over the apples. And like I said, you can put as much or as little on top of the apples as you like. It's just for flavor. Some people like more of the sugar, cinnamon, butter mixture than others. And then we're going to fold up the sides. Doesn't have to be perfect, as this is rustic, like I've said before. You just pull over the sides, pull the sides up, just to keep the apple mixture inside there. And it is almost done. You don't have to show that much of the apples if you don't want to. Show as much or as little as you want. You can pull back the crust a little bit to expose the apples a little more. But as you can see, I'm done here. I'm done messing with it, and I'm getting ready to bake this in the oven. Just putting my finishing touches here to make sure it's exactly how I want it. So into the oven it goes. My oven is all preheated to 400 degrees, and we cook this for about 20 minutes. I'm going to put on my timer so I do not forget about it. So here is my finished product. Now I'd appreciate it if you got value from this video to please hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. I will see you next time. Ciao, amici.